My name is Sarah Hatcher, and my father, Colin Hatcher, broke us quietly, repeatedly, and without ever once losing sleep over it. He wasn't a monster in the classic sense. He worked, he came home, he sat at the head of the table, but emotionally, Colin Hatcher was a wrecking ball dressed in a shirt and tie. As the eldest, I saw everything. Every promise made to my younger siblings that evaporated by morning, every time he'd raise their hopes, a holiday, a birthday treat, a simple school pickup, and simply not show. I'd watch their little faces fall, and then watch them look at me, because that's what eldest children become, the ones who absorb the damage so the younger ones don't have to fully feel it. I became very good at absorbing. The worst of it came in layers. When my sister Donna was 9, Dad promised her a birthday party, invited her friends himself, rang their mothers, everything. The day came, he didn't. I made sandwiches from whatever was in the fridge, put candles on a plain sponge cake, and sang so loudly that Donna laughed instead of cried. When my brother Liam was sitting his GCSEs, Dad promised to cut back his overtime, be present, help him revise. Instead, he disappeared for 3 weeks with a woman from his office. Liam failed 2 subjects, never fully recovered his confidence. And me? My 18th birthday, Dad promised a dinner. Just us, he said. Father and daughter Sarah. Proper celebration. I sat in the restaurant for an hour and 40 minutes. He rang at the 90-minute mark. Something came up, love. We'll rearrange. We never rearranged. The shift came when Liam rang me, 32 years old, voice completely flat. Dad's been on, says he's retiring, wants a family gathering, wants us all there to celebrate him. I sat very still. He wants us to celebrate him. That's what he said, Sarah. I told Liam I'd handle it, and I meant it differently than I ever had before. I spent 6 weeks building what I privately called the ledger. Every broken promise I could document or recall, dates, occasions, witnesses. Donna helped, Liam helped. Even our cousin Tracy contributed. I cross-referenced with old diary entries, text messages, a few saved voicemails. The retirement gathering arrived. Dad's house, his friends, his colleagues, people who'd known him for decades and thought the world of him. He stood up to give a toast to himself, genuinely, raised his glass and talked about hard work, family values, what it meant to be a provider. I let him finish. Then I stood up. Dad, would you mind if I said a few words? He smiled broadly. Specific dates, specific promises, specific children left waiting. Donna's 9th birthday, Liam's GCSEs, my 18th, a dozen others. The room went from warm to absolutely silent. Dad's colleague Malcolm tried to interject. Now look here. I'm nearly done, Malcolm. Thank you. I closed with this. Colin Hatcher was many things to many people. To his children, he was a series of empty chairs. We stopped waiting. We raised each other. And I needed the people in this room who've celebrated him for years to finally know what was happening in that house while they weren't looking. I sat down. Dad didn't speak to me for 4 months. When he finally rang, his voice was different, smaller. You humiliated me, Sarah. You humiliated us for 20 years, Dad. Privately. I did it once. Publicly. Silence. What do you want from me? And honestly, I'd asked myself that 100 times. Rage wants destruction, but something older and quieter in me wanted something different. I want you to ring Liam, properly, and Donna, not about the gathering, just because they're yours and you've never acted like it. Another silence. He rang Liam that evening. I know because Liam texted me 2 words afterward. He cried. I didn't need Dad to fall apart publicly. I needed him to finally feel the weight of what he'd put down in us and carry it himself for once. The eldest always holds the family together. This time I just made sure he knew it. Everyone says the eldest child is the strongest. What they don't tell you is, strength isn't something you're born with, it's something a broken childhood forces you to build.